I think it was a couple of weeks ago that I did a video talking about Joe Johnson. I had noticed that he was closing in on the 20,000 point scoring milestone, which is often an indicator to voters about, as to whether or not a player may be inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame or not. And I also noticed at the time that Pau Gasol was closing in on that milestone as well. Pau being a little bit behind, though he has caught up over time and narrowed the gap. I'm not sure if Pau's going to do it this year, but if not this year, he'll definitely do it early next season. But Joe Johnson crossed that milestone tonight in a game against the Portland Trailblazers, albeit a loss. He came into the night's game with 19,993 total points, and it was on the third three-pointer that he made in the first half. The first couple of threes gave him 19,999 points, but that third three-pointer crossed him over the 20,000 point threshold and into history. I believe he's just the 42nd man to score 20,000 career points. I think he's the 42nd man to do it, which isn't a guarantee to be in the Hall of Fame, but it is significant. I'm trying to think of players who have scored 20,000 points who are not currently in the Hall of Fame. The one that jumps out at me, of course, right now is Tom Chambers. I think another guy that comes to mind immediately is Antoine Jameson. Those are two players who are not currently in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if Jameson's been retired long enough. No, he hasn't. Jameson hasn't even been retired long enough to be even considered in the Hall of Fame, but 20,000 points is significant. Is, in my opinion, Joe Johnson the Hall of Famer? If there was questions about McGrady, I don't know. Like, peak versus peak, McGrady trumps Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson was never thought of as one of the best shooting guards in the NBA, or later on in his career, small forwards. He was never thought of in that top tier. From what I understand, Utah is now playing him more at the four, and his game and the fact that he's a very good post defender, and the fact that he's a mismatch at that position has caused him to be a mismatch. So in essence, he's kind of playing like I would assume he's playing almost like a stretch four, I guess, now for the Utah Jazz, and he's excelling in that role right now. But the 35-year-old, congratulations to Joe Johnson for achieving this milestone, and hopefully, for his sake, maybe he will be inducted to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. But tell me what you guys think.